11 alleged gang members are in federal custody in what law enforcement is calling a major takedown of a vicious sex trafficking ring.
Investigators say the suspects used social media and music videos to recruit young women and children, targeting runaways and kids in foster care. KTLA's Lindsay Pena live in Westwood with more on the story. Lindsay.
Yeah, Sharon, Micah, 5 of those defendants were already in court this afternoon, pleading not guilty to the charges against them. Earlier, when we spoke to the U.S. attorney here at the federal building in Westwood, he said when they served the arrest warrants this morning, they discovered 4 sex trafficking victims, one of them a minor. These are photos of...
So you remember this, right? Yeah, bruh. Apparently they done made a new Figueroa. We gonna get into that. So, but you know what I just realized? So they caught a minor with one of these dudes in the midst of the, you know what I'm talking about? They got caught basically red-handed.
Some of the 11 alleged members or associates of the South Los Angeles-based Hoover Street gang who are now in federal custody on a long list of charges that include racketeering, sex trafficking, drug and firearms-related crimes, and money laundering. Sky 5 was overhead as arrests were being made at a motel early Wednesday morning.
They were branding these young women, they were raping them, they were abusing them, they were drugging them, just horrific acts.
U.S. Attorney Bill Isaly saying many times the gang recruited victims through social media.
This Hoover gang, they portray a lifestyle of wealth, of power, of violence, and they use that to actually lure women into that lifestyle. They think it's going to be glamorous.
A 31-count indictment details the years-long case against the defendants who allegedly operated in the Figueroa corridor, known as a human trafficking hotbed.
The lead defendant is a woman. She goes by Lady Duck, and she was out there recruiting these young women, children as young as 14 years old, into sex trafficking.
Bro. So yeah, you know, the whole crackdown, you remember it's been like it's been activity, right? But they've been making efforts to slow it down, which I think that's how we come with this new situation.
Really selling other humans. It's the worst kind of crime out there.
According to the indictment, at one point, a 14-year-old girl was trafficked for at least 3 days in a row at a South LA motel. The U.S. attorney says the case against the gang members is a strong one, with many criminal acts being documented on various social media accounts.
A lot of these girls came from the foster system. They're preying on people who are vulnerable, who don't have maybe families, who are runaways, and so we try to get them services and try to help them.
The U.S. Attorney's Office says trial is scheduled for October 7th for some of these defendants, and while most of them are in custody, one is still outstanding, a man named Brian Israel. If all of these defendants are convicted on the charges against them, they face 15 years in prison, and some of them could be facing life sentences. That's the latest from Westwood. Lindsay Pena, KTLA 5 News. Cher, Micah, back to you.
Lindsay, thank you.
Hey, man, you know, I don't mean to make this a race thing, but when did black people start acting like white serial killers? You burning people with cigarette butts and drugging them to coerce them into you know, selling their bodies or whatever. It's like, dog, this shit, you know, it's heinous. And guess what though? So from that, you know, a new situation arises, right? Because what they end up doing on Figueroa, it was a lot of like press around on that situation, and you know, you see we still keeping up with it, right? And I ain't gonna lie, like some would say, you know, they efforts helped and it didn't help a little bit. I think you know, the situation ain't gonna slow down, bro. People just gonna move to a new area like they did. Let's get into this shit.
Don't let this glamour, these birds and these diamonds and these tailor-made suits and gators and things that
New surveillance cameras are boosting efforts to crack down on sex trafficking along the Figueroa corridor. Cameras are now being installed in known pickup locations. City leaders say those captured by the cameras will receive a letter in the mail along with a picture of their car.
Traffickers and pimps, let me make it loud, clear, and crystally unequivocal that we will go after you, we will arrest you, we will prosecute you, and we will put you in state prison for as long as possible.
Is pushing for enhanced penalties up to 5 years in prison for people convicted of paying for sex. He also wants the ability to impound their vehicle.
As you can see, bro, they all shit. You know what I'm talking about? They doing they want to. You know what I mean? But you see the picture that they had at the beginning. Is it about the money? Is it about the compensation? Right? Get your hand out of my pocket type shit, or is it about really trying to look out for these women who is allegedly being taken advantage of in this, that, and the third, bro? You know what I'm saying?
We're here along the Figueroa corridor, and I am very deeply grateful because our current district attorney, Nathan Hochman, has embraced the initiative to really stop the sexploitation of children along this Figueroa corridor.
We are literally sitting at one of the epicenters for sex trafficking in the United States.
This problem, which has been along this corridor my entire life, and I'm not young, I'll just put it that way.
April 1, 2023 was the first time I saw the Figueroa corridor. It looks so much better today. I am so happy, but as we all know, the work is not done.
This is a huge warning shot. We're going after the Johns. In fact, I'm not going to dignify them with the word John. I'm just going to call them sex exploiter buyers. These are the individuals, and they're often men, who come down these...
they make one spot hot, they on to the next block, bro. And that's what it seems to happen. Stay tuned, we're going to get...
corridors looking to buy sex from these young women who are effectively enslaved by their pimps to go ahead and provide it. We're going to go after these Johns for felony prosecutions. Yeah, felony prosecutions.
La policía sabe que está aquí, han hecho operativos para detenerlo, pero mientras haya la demanda, siempre va a suceder. Por eso queremos atacar a los que suplen la demanda, que son los que compran, los clientes.
Today, let me affirm our clear commitment to everyone. The LAPD will protect the victims, will hold the traffickers accountable, and will restore dignity and safety along this corridor.
We've installed cameras, and folks who know me know I'm not a big fan of government surveillance, but if you're going to get in your car and drive to Figueroa to buy sex with a minor, then we're going to surveil you and we're going to hold you accountable. So if you look up there to the north, to my left, you'll see a little camera on the top of the light pole. We're keeping track of...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It seems like they really care about what's going on, at least about the kids. They said if you get caught trying to solicit some activities from a minor, and I wonder how they keeping track of, the who's, or if they just look underage, then they gonna send you a letter in the mail. Still, bro, because a lot of them dudes be going over there looking specifically for little kids. So they trying to tackle that shit, man. That shit, wow.
Who's coming, when you're coming, when you pull over and when you stop. And you'll get a Dear John letter, the district attorney and the city attorney saying, hey, you were in an area where trafficking is going on, and here's a picture of your car and your driver's license number, and we just hope that the trafficker isn't the only person in the house that sees that letter, is all I'm going to say about that.
What's happening now is that they're realizing that these girls are not criminals. I grew up in a time where prostitution was deemed as criminal activity, but now they're understanding that many of these girls are under duress, they're being forced into prostitution, and many of them are underage. And so now, instead of prosecuting them or treating them as criminals, what they're doing now is bringing organizations like ours and some of our community partners together to provide resources and support that they need to help them get off the streets, help them reclaim their lives.
We will be able to rescue these young kids and to put bad guys in jail. One of my favorite things to do as city attorney.
So yeah, Brodusky, as you can see, they efforts, they doing what they can do, bro, for the most part. I couldn't help but notice that the mayor, or who was that so-called black gentleman who was speaking, bro, he gonna say when they get that Dear John letter, bro, he be listening to 40, bro.
Now I'm about to get married, is it clever? Thought it was till I got the Dear John letter.
These 40 said that on One Love. One Love, oh, One Love, One Love. You know what I'm talking about? So, but yeah, bro. So, like I say, they shut down one block, they on to the next, bro. It's what it looked like.
Elsewhere, a family-friendly community now becoming a living nightmare. Residents in Larchmont Village say it's all because of rampant prostitution. They say the obscene behavior often takes place just a few feet from their homes.
And they say it is getting worse despite their pleas to police for help. KTLA's Rachel Menitoff is live from Larchmont Village with the story. Rachel?
Oh, at least like we just shut down Fig. We ain't even got the camera set up on Fig. You need help over where? Man.
Rick, people tell us that oftentimes an entire block will be filled with parked cars where people are engaging in sex, and then they'll throw out their trash and used items onto the street. This has actually been happening for many years, but lately it seems to be escalating. During the day, this Larchmont neighborhood is picturesque. Longtime homeowners say it's when the sun goes down that things become sketchy and the unwanted encounters begin.
They're taking advantage of a human need in a disgusting way.
Larry says he often wakes up to this. A woman barely clothed walking across the street, used
really out there butt naked, huh? And, you know, it's crazy because it looked like a nice neighborhood. They grasses is cut over there. You know what I'm saying? And it just, wow, bro. They like what you trying to do? So what you want to wake up horny? That already happened, bro. So what you want to wake up like just seeing like, oh.
Condoms, sanitary napkins, tissues, and all kinds of remnants from illegal sex trafficking and prostitution.
I have to come out in the morning and scoop up used condoms with semen coming out of them. You can't imagine how disgusting it is, and to be able to have to do it every day, it's really quite remarkable.
Occasionally, sometimes it's violent. The sex workers and Johns are getting in fights with each other, they're screaming at each other, they're getting physical with each other.
Other nearby neighborhoods impacted are St. Andrews Square, Windsor Square, and Koreatown. Karen.
Shit, bro. Seems like they didn't just disperse all throughout the whole city after they just shut down Fig. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why the Elroys try to keep it contained to just that area.
Billman says police advised them not to intervene. So instead, they've put up these signs letting the Johns and the pimps know they're on camera, and neighbors are recording their license plates and sending them over to LAPD.
Wherever there's darkness and wherever there's space for a car to park, even if there's parking permit restrictions posted, it really doesn't matter. They want to do their thing.
You know, I think it's getting real bad like this, bro, because, you know, the people who be in tight situations, they feel alone, bro. And they feel like don't nobody care about it or this, that, and the third, right? So that's how they kind of like go about their business. I don't care. I'm doing me. Yeah, girl, mind your business. Yeah, I don't care if this your house. Pick up the damn condoms. I'm about to do what I got to do to get this money. Anybody care about me? I don't care about you type shit.
Council member Hugo Soto Martinez says he has created a multi-agency task force, which includes a partnership with the nonprofit organization Journey Out, which helps victims of sex trafficking. They are going to be patrolling these streets at night, and apparently so is LAPD. That's the very latest tonight in Larchmont. I'm Rachel Menitoff. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
See, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's a terrible thing that you know, this is the reality for certain people. And like I already said this, bro, in videos before, like it's gonna be more and more common for these like nicer, because the ghettos and the inner cities is all fucked up. They all, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't throw as much trash as they could throw in those spots. So it's just a matter of time before these affluent neighborhoods or neighborhoods that are a little bit nicer start to feel, you know, the same effect. People, you know, it's ugly. But you know, it's crazy. I keep hearing people talk about, oh, it's no middle class, it's only rich and poor. Well, guess what? That's exactly what we seeing right now. We getting to see the people all the way at the bottom of the, you know what I'm talking about, impeding on the people who are supposedly doing well. And like, it's some scandalous shit. I ain't gonna lie. It's fake scandalous. It is, bro. Where everybody just, you know, America is really like a fake boot camp but it's a good one though. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn the ropes, then you know, basically you learn that yeah, it's everybody for himself. Keep your motherfucking head down, work, get to it. Do not miss a beat. You know, this shit every 30 days, shit like that. Then you know but a lot of people, you know, it be a lot to grasp a little bit. Feel me? And not even in a sense of like it's just hella shit, but it's just continuous. You feel me? And if you're not keeping up with the upkeep, you get swallowed around this motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, it's a new Figueroa or 2 or 3. You feel me? And that was to be expected. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of expected that. Like, all right, where they going next? You know what I'm saying? And shit like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I just seen them, you know, bro. I don't know her name, right? But as I'm looking it up, right? You know, hopefully her peoples find her, right? And along with some of these other girls, because as I start looking up missing girls, Oakland and shit like that. A few girls come up, bro. And this shit unacceptable, bro. But we on to the next one. You feel me? You know this shit ain't gonna stop, bro. We in some, boy, this shit diabolical.
Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be